In your vote, 2023 Election Day is a little more than 2 weeks away, and the race for mayor of Indianapolis is heating up. Current Mayor Joe Hogsett hopes to keep the seat, but Republican challenger Jefferson Shreve wants the job. The two will face off for the first live televised debate tonight right here on Wish TV. So our All Indiana Politics experts are here with us on Daybreak to break down the race this morning. So let's welcome in Democrat Kip Two and Republican Whitley Yates. Good morning, both of you. Thank you for being here. So first, I want to ask you both, what do you expect tonight? We're going to start with you, Kip.
Well, the mayor, I think, has to talk about his agenda, talk about what's going to happen in the future, avoid any mistakes. He's got a nice, healthy lead in this race, and he needs to make no news.
Whitley,
so that's what he'll do.
Whitley, how about you? What do you expect tonight?
I can definitely expect Mayor Hogsett to talk about his political posture and the plans that he has for the future. However, he will not be able to tell us about the track record that has been great for the city. I expect Jefferson to paint a clear vision for Indianapolis with his leadership at the helm.
Speaking of vision, Whitley, how do the two differentiate themselves? Some have said that they have similar stances in some areas. What do you think?
I think you can have stances with no substance. Mayor Hogsett has been mayor for 8 years. So him having plans and ideas for Indianapolis when he's had 8 years to put those plans into motion, we don't have any substantive things that we can look to. Crime is out of control. The police force, we have less now than when he started. And so when looking at the totality of the direction that the city's going, he could say that his stance is this, but we know what's actually happening. We don't have any substantive improvements in Indianapolis.
Kip, how do you think the two will differentiate themselves tonight? Obviously, Whitley mentioned crime. That is a big focus right now. What are you thinking?
Well, look, I think the difference between the two candidates are pretty stark. Jefferson Shreve is a Trump Republican. He's an NRA member. He's a person who describes himself as very conservative. I think he's out of step with Indianapolis. He's spent $10 million of his own money to try to get elected. And I think this city's in good shape. We've had a decrease in crime in the city of Indianapolis. I know Republicans don't like to talk about that, but the fact of the matter is from 21 to 22, we had a big drop in the number of murders and gun crimes. So things are headed in the right direction in Indianapolis. We got cranes going up everywhere. This mayor and this administration do a great job through the pandemic and bringing us out of the pandemic. We're in better shape than almost every major city in America, and we're going in the right direction. Shreve wants to take us to a conservative place that we don't need to go.
While homicide numbers are down this year, they are still quite high. Kip, how do you think Hogsett's going to address that since his public safety plan is the same that he's been pushing?
Well, it's working as things are going down. And I would also add that he got another unanimous vote for his budget, bipartisan vote for his budget. So if Republicans in the city county council were unhappy with the direction of the city, they should have voted no on the budget, but instead everybody voted yes. So it's sort of a dichotomy how they have a mayoral candidate complaining about how the city's going, but they're all voting for the budget. And the budget, of course, is the thing that directs priorities for the city.
Whitley, Shreve's been pushing the broken glass concept. How do you think he's going to address crime?
Shreve is going to address crime with an actual plan. The problem that we have with Mayor Hogsett is he will allow homicides to get to the highest that they've ever been and then wants us to clap for him in this year when they're a little bit lower than what they've been, when the truth is that they shouldn't be as high as they have been. So he's not an NRA member and he's not a Trumper, but here we are in a city that is riddled with crime and riddled with high homicide rates. That's the problem. We actually need a public safety director in that place. The mayor said he'd be his own public safety director, and if that's the case, he has epically failed. As far as the council voting on the budget, that's what they're supposed to do. We need this budget to keep the city going, but it's the leadership that's in place that's the problem, not the budget.
Really quick before we go, for both of you, Shreve needs Democratic votes. Hogsett needs to keep them. How do they both accomplish that?
Well, I think Jefferson Shreve's going to be able to accomplish it. As I said earlier, he voted for Donald Trump. He was a national delegate for Donald Trump. He is a conservative NRA member, out of step with what Democratic values are in the city of Indianapolis. He hasn't really presented a vision of how he's going to improve the city. He's just complained about Joe Hogsett. So I think that he's not going to get Democratic votes.
Whitley, how about you?
Looking at the primary, 40% of Democratic voters voted against Joe Hogsett. How is he going to keep them? The truth is he's not. They're not going to show up for him because they don't like the direction that the city is going to be in. At the end of the day, Jefferson Shreve, he's a common sense conservative. He's not looking to take anything away from you. He's really just looking to lead the city in a better direction than where we've been going.
All right, Whitley, Kip, thank you so much. And to all of you watching right now, you still have time to send us your questions and what you want the candidates to answer tonight. You can scan the QR code that is up on your screen right now. That will take you to a page on wishtv.com where you can submit your questions. You can also email us at askthecandidates@wishtv.com. Remember, tonight's debate starts at 6 o'clock right here exclusively, only on Wish TV.